And it just, she didn't really have a circle that first approved of the marriage.
Okay.
So when you already have that going into it,
Yeah, right.
you know, if people don't approve of the marriage, and then this comes out of the marriage, who do you go to?
Right.
You really, there's not really a lot of people that are going to be in your corner after all of this is going on.
Unfortunately, that's
and
true.
that's unfortunate. But like I said, those were a lot of years to go through everything that she
Yeah.
endured, and now having a relationship, bringing that into the relationship, it is definitely hard. But she's become this person that's hardened as far as not allowing people to do this to her anymore. So it comes off as aggressive to the next person,
Right.
the next relationship. But it's
Right.
just her being very protective
Right.
of herself from what she's gone through.
Which
So,
is understanding.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's, hopefully everything will work out with them.
Yeah.
I pray that it will. And,
Me too.
it's just a matter of getting some counseling, talking through it. And you have to be willing to listen to what it is the person's gone through, and know that it's a painful path. It was
Yeah.
a very painful path for her.
Right.
It's a painful path for her children. So you have to be able to be patient enough to sit there and listen to what it is she endured, and try to build off of that for the relationship to work.
And not be judgmental, because some people have a tendency to, because they don't understand, because they have not been through it or endured that type of pain, they can't understand. So they'll say things like, okay, well, why did you stay in that situation so long? If you had left sooner, then you wouldn't have endured so much. But with people, if you're in that type of relationship and you've moved on to the next relationship, your partner, I would hope, would not be judgmental, because you need somebody. Sometimes you just need somebody just to listen
And say nothing.
Don't even say anything.
Right.
Just listen. Just
listen.
hear what I'm saying. Hear me out. And I don't need you to comment. I just need you to hear what I went through, and to just let me get it off of me. And then, we can talk about it later. You can speak later now.
You can speak tomorrow.
Speak another day. Just don't speak right now. No. But no, seriously, that's
or
what
even if you do speak.
Right.
Let it be very positive,
Right.
positive energy, not
have
negative
some kind of,
energy.
Yes, some sympathy, some empathy for the person. Don't just sit there and say, well, I guess that's what you get. If you wanted to stay for 15 years, then okay. And it's a lot of people that are like that. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't speak on it, because they're afraid they're going to be judged. People ask me, so why did you, a year and a half, 2 years, why did you stay? He put guns to your head. He put a gun to your head and you stayed. They don't even get it, because just like I said before, if I had not moved the way I did, I have a strategy. I couldn't just get up and say, oh, I'm rolling. I'm done with you. He would have killed me. I had to have a strategy, and shout out to Greta again, because Greta is the person that saved my life. She's the one that came that day when I was sitting there, her and my other cousin, and just popped up, and when I ran for my life from my abuser. So, you definitely have to have a strategy when you do leave an abusive situation. But at the end of the day, what it all boils down to is, after all of that is over, you still have so much further to go, because you mentally
Are damaged. You're damaged.
You damaged. I mean, like, I didn't think I was going to be good to anybody after that, but God is good, because guess where I work at right now? I work at a gun factory. And I had, you see how, what? And you would not have ever, a gun, me be near a gun after playing Russian roulette with me on a regular basis. I was so afraid of guns. I work at a gun factory now. So God is good.
Just don't irritate
Riri. Just don't bring her out. Everything will be all right because I work at a gun factory.
We keep Riri.
Like I said,
we keep Riri, you know.
Yeah.
We keep her sheltered a little bit.
Please, just
but
give her
no,
shield.
It's unfortunate because I know some of the things that she used to go through too was if once the abuse would start, then he'll come home with the jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
The cars, the furs,
Yeah.
the trips,
Mm-hmm.
everything that she will want, everything that I will want, but everything I will want in a much more healthier and positive relationship.
Right.
He turned it around to make it seem like, you know, I'm having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Honeymoon period.
something happened at work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the dog just bit me. You know, I didn't get the right order when I ordered my food. Whatever the case is, those are all excuses. Because you need to leave that at the door before you enter into the home, where it's supposed to be your safe zone.
Exactly.
So that was the unfortunate part. And I guess it depends on where you are as far as someone being able to say to you, okay, here's a new car for the bruise. Here's a diamond ring.
Now, that would have been nice, though.
For the emotional abuse.
For to take the car and stuff, but no.
To drive off.
No, seriously, exactly.
Yeah, to drive off.
To drive off into the into
drive
the sunset.
off. But,
yeah,
you know,
but to deal with that, no. You know, but that's what happens. That's what happens regularly. That's what they do. It's called the honeymoon period, and they beat your brains in or mentally or verbally abuse you, and then they be like, I'm so sorry, baby, you know, I was having a rough day. Here, come on, let's go shopping, or let's go do this, that, and the other. And it's just crazy. It's not good. So
it's really not. And it can be dangerous because out of that, excuse me, we had a friend who actually committed suicide. He did this to her, and she committed suicide. So it's a very dangerous cycle. It's one that you have to try to seek that one person, like you said, you had Greta. She had me, and she had a couple other people. But you have to seek that person that's going to be able to give you some type of comfort when you're going through it, the assistance to get out of it, and figure out some strategies to move forward, and just to after that to get back on your feet and get back mentally into a calm for your mental stability. So that's kind of the unfortunate part when you don't have people that are like that.
Anyone to
you
lean
can
on,
go to.
right? And
then that's when it turns deadly. You know, like I said, with committing suicide.
Right.
It's just unfortunate.
I have contemplated that several times, and I mean, it's really sad because people don't understand when it comes to the mental. You could have the brightest smile on your face, you know, but be in so much pain, and that's what a lot of people knew me for. They knew me for Renee with the dimples and always smiling, and you know, but they don't understand how tore up and broken I was inside, and how many times I tried to take my life. At one point, I was going to drive off into a embankment with water, and I said, well, should I take my seizure medicine? Which way would be easier? I'm sitting here contemplating whether I should take my whole bottle of seizure medication or if I should drive off this cliff. Which one should I do? And at that moment, a young lady that I had been trying to help and get out of an abusive relationship called me. She texted me, kept texting me, and then she finally called me and said, Mom, where are you? I need you. He just threw me through a glass table. And at that moment, I forgot all about my pain and everything I was going through, and I rushed to her. So that was nothing but God, again, you know, letting me see that, for one, I'm not ready for you. I got work for you to do, so I'm going to need you to go ahead with the mess and just be obedient to what I'm telling you to do. and do it. And that, and that's what I've been doing. I mean, and you go through stuff like, for instance, Robin Williams. He made the whole world laugh. He made everybody laugh. I loved him. And you would not have known that he was suffering in silence. I'm trying to remember the statement that he made, a comment that he made about, like basically you can be in a room full of people or surrounded with a lot of people, but still be alone. That hit home for me. That hit home so hard for me. And then when he died, I took it hard because, this is the man that made me laugh since Mork and Mindy, since forever. You know what I mean? And, and I'm telling my age, but for real, like seriously, he always, had me laughing. And for him to end his life like that, mental abuse is
serious.
It's really
it's
serious.
Very serious.
It's really serious.
And there's so many people, and like I said, there's even children that are going through it.
Oh yeah.
And that's some of the things that I try to do with my children. We do. We talk to our children on a constant basis. We talk to our children every day. When they're in school, we ask how their day, we want it laid out. I mean, you don't have to tell us every little detail, but we do want to know the bulk and the basis of how your day was.
Right.
We keep that open communication going so that the mind is stimulating. It's stimulating, and it's stimulating positive energy, and it's good energy. Once you start finding yourself in that, I guess, that zone of where in your mind you may think people don't care, or people are not concerned with what it is you're going through. That's why I always try to talk to people. And my husband always says, you talk so much. And I do. I talk all the time. I talk to everybody, anybody and everybody. So that's just me. And it's also due to my career. My career has been in human resources for forever, employee relations for forever. So that's what I do. So I do talk a lot, and I do talk to everybody. And
you never know who might need you. Something that you might say to somebody might change. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say on Facebook and everything I post, I'm like, smile. You might make somebody's day.
Exactly.
You never know what encouragement. I always compliment people. I'm one of those women that I don't have a problem saying, oh, your hair, you look so
Thank
pretty
you.
to
Thank
another
you.
woman. I love your hair.
Yes.
I love your shoes. It's not that deep for me.
It's not
I'm
hard to do.
It's just something that I've always had. I've always done. And you never know how bad that person's day was, and you may have just made it just by giving them that compliment. So I always try to uplift people, and you never know with you talking a lot, and that's good. Shoot, keep talking.
I talk
You never
forever.
know. You never know how you might be
I do.
helping somebody though.
And I do, and I really appreciate that. But I think it's just in me to help you. You help in a whole totally different way. But I don't like to see people hurting that do not deserve to hurt.
Right.
So if we can just sit down and talk, that's what I'll do. If you want me to listen, that's what I'll do. If you want my opinion, I'm gonna give it to you. And just go from there. But you have to keep the dialogue open, I think, and that helps with the mental abuse.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, when you see them in their little shells and they're just not communicating, and they used to be a communicator, step in. I always say step in and just kind of, you don't have to dive deep into their situation, but just step in just a little bit, steps by steps, just to see where their headspace is.
Right.
And like you say, you never know. I could just smile at you and maybe that made your day.
Yeah, because I've done it a lot. Like a lot of times, I've always been the type of person. I was popular in school, whatever, but I was always that person that would go and talk to the underdog or the person that somebody treated bad or people didn't think was cool. I would talk to them and befriend them, because I hated to see people, feel left out and look sad. So I would try, I would be their friend. And my girlfriends would be like, why are you talking to her? You don't have to talk to her. I'm talking to her because I can. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I've always been. But my cousin Greta, she says things like I'm always bringing stragglers or whatever type thing along. Because, let me just tell you this real quick. One day, this people just are attracted to me for some reason. Like
it's the
this
purple
woman,
hair.
Maybe so. Hey, I don't know, but this young lady approached me. And she was like, hey, now all of us are standing around. We were at a softball game. And she approached me and she was like, hi, how you doing? Whatever, started a conversation with me. And she was like, do you mind if I sit with you? Whatever. And my cousin, this one here, she's like, she's like giving a side eye, like, who is this? And where'd she come from, right? And then the girls, every weekend, every Sunday when we come to the game, the girl, here she comes again. And my cousin, my cousin, this one here, finally says, look, you can't hang with us because my cousin Renee said you're getting on her nerve. I never said that, but anyway, she's not even supposed to be on the radio. But yeah, and you never know. This girl probably she was new in town. She just needed a friend. And see, there I go trying to be that person that with somebody that's on the sideline. I'm trying to be helpful, and here she go. The girl didn't speak to me no more from that point on. She walked off. She was like, "What?" Walked off and never spoke to me again. But that I just say that to say this. You never know who might need your encouragement.
Right.
Everybody. I hate seeing people sitting in a corner alone by themselves. I've always hated that, and I would be that person to go and talk to them. Hey, how are you? What's your name? Whatever, and to make them feel, better or important or something because I wouldn't want to feel like that.
You don't.
You know what
really
I'm saying?
Don't.
I don't. Who wants to be alone in this crazy world?
This is a crazy world.
Yeah. So
I will say this, and I'll get.
She might as well have grabbed the mic when she over there
talking.
in the car.
Greta's coming on. Greta will be on the show next week. She doesn't know it, but she will. But y'all know how I do. I put people on the spot right then and there. But I will say this: even with children, my daughter had some information for me this last week that really it got to me. It really got to me. But it just shows you how much people pay attention, and shows you even with children. And that's why it's very important to have that dialogue and have those conversations with her, with your children, because even I think if we did not have those kind of conversations and have an open dialogue with our children, that she would not have come to me with the information that she came to me with. And it was actually adult information. It's like an adult situation that really, I'm like, why?
You weren't ready.
No, I wasn't ready. And I shared it with Renee, and I was just like, wow. But she opened my eyes, an adult, the mother, the parent, she opened my eyes to something, and it was just amazing what she did. And I love my children, but I get thrown back a little bit because a lot of times it just shows me that maybe I wasn't paying as much attention to a situation that I should have, and my child picked up on it that in my mind I wouldn't have thought she would have, but she did.
Out of the mouth of babes.
So it's just amazing. So you have to keep the dialogue open in all relationships.
Definitely. And that was something, but it's a blessing because we can't always see. We're over here, and somebody from the outside looking in, they can see things that we're not even paying attention to. So that's a blessing that your baby, she went there, and and you know what? And then you had confirmation after that.
I did.
You know what I mean? So
I did.
So it's God. It's all God.
He works through us.
Yeah, it's all God. He did that.
He definitely did, and it got me. And Renee knows I was down for the count. I really was.
Yeah.
And
but it's all good because she's back.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. But it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I was at work, and I said, you know what?
I need a vacation.
I'm getting ready to go. My kids were out of town with my husband, and I was like, I'm getting ready to go. I picked up and I went because I needed to be around my family at that time. Right. So that too.
Yeah. It's so many different angles. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many different angles when it comes to mental abuse and emotional, situations. So you just have to as it comes, you have to deal with it. Don't let it linger. I've learned that. Don't hold on to it. I don't hold on to stuff. I have to talk. I'll talk her to death. We be on the phone. My cousin, I got to get it off me. I have to.
That's
you
true.
know,
Yeah.
if I don't, then that's when my seizures start.
Yeah.
When I hold on to stuff, you know, and it mentally messes with my head, that's when my seizures start. So I don't hold anything anymore. I don't care if I'm talking to 12 people a day, telling them the same story
Piece
over and
of
over
it.
again.
Yeah, you have to
I'm
let it
telling
go.
you have to get it off you. You have to get it out, you know, and be done with it.
Yeah. Well, we are coming to another end. So
Aw.
sorry. So sorry. But we appreciate all of the support that we've received. The numbers are looking good with the show. So we really do appreciate that. We just need you all to call in.
Start calling in
Start
more.
calling in and
We're gonna start
letting
pumping
us
it
know.
up.
Yeah, give us some dialogue on what it is that you want to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
and we can go ahead and open up some of those conversations as well.
Yes.
And we are still trying to get this teen session that's really big, heavy on me.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
really want that teen session to happen. So
It's needed.
yeah, so we're working on that right now.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully mid to end of July, we can get started on that one. So again, any closing words?
I want to say before we leave, I want to give a shout out to my producer, director, Roosevelt Jackson
yes.
has a play today at 1:00 at the Howard Theater.
We're headed on.
I want to, my girl Kanita, our girl Kanita is doing a play tonight as well at
3
7
and
p.m.
7.
at Blue High School. So I want to give a shout out to them.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, it's some big things going on in the city right
Yes,
now. The
indeed.
DMV is really
Yes, indeed.
popping, as they say.
Kanita's is at 3. She has a show at
From
3
3
and
and
a show at
7
7. And
at
we're
Blue High
headed
School.
off to
Roosevelt
show.
Jackson's.
It's at 1 p.m. at the Howard
At the Howard Theater, yes.
And Kanita's is at Blue High School.
Yes.
So support for all of them.
Yes.
All around support. We love you guys. And we love everyone who tunes in, everyone who listens to us and appreciates us. We appreciate you back.
That's
Love
right.
you, love you.
Love you.
Take care.
See
Bye-bye.
ya.
Yeah, play it.
Yes, I said it. My whole life has changed. I am complete. No more heartache or pain. I am. Yes, I said it, and I meant it. And my world has changed. I was poor from a dark, dark side, but now I can see again. You reached down when I needed you most. Oh, and you kept me close. Yes, I said it. My whole life has changed. Oh, yeah. No more heartache or pain.
kinda scared to face the world with my scars out and proud. Never again will I let something hold me down. I am complete, thanks to the help I got when I kneel down on one knee. I learned the road of life is filled with twists and turns, and if you play with fire, you will get burned. But that road I traveled and that burn I suffered, but in the end it made me tougher. Lord knows I wanted to quit and just end it all, but he told me, son, this is not where you fall, this is where you stand tall.
When I was in need, oh, you saved me. Yes, I said it. When I was troubled, and I meant it. My whole life has changed. I am complete. No more heartache or pain. I am complete. I see things clearer now. What he has shown me, I can reach for the sky. I cross the road. I see things clearer now. What he has shown me, I can reach for the sky. I cross the road. I see things clearer now. What he has shown me, I can reach for the sky. I cross the road. I see things clearer now. What he has shown me, I can reach for the sky.
I've been drinking and smoking just to forget that I fought for your heart, but somehow I still wasn't chosen. Left without saying goodbye. I guess you could say that my heart had been stolen. 24/7 been leaving you messages begging for any emotion. Yeah, without any commotion. Look at me, look at the hearts that I broke. Look at the blood on my hands from burdens too heavy to hold. All of the scars they carved with every I love you they wrote. False love, who's that?